and what we will express, what we will grab, and what we will express. Can anyone? Can I hear once? Listening, listening and speaking. These two are interrelated. Listening, reading. Okay, that's fine. Listening, reading are inputs. Nothing but we listen. If we listen carefully, we can express our thoughts. Speaking and writing are outputs. So, if the input is correct, then the output will be automatic, will be correct. For example, if we choose only inputs without any outputs, what is communication is completed. Come to the difference between communication and language. What is communication? It's nothing but conversation between two persons. What is language? Is nothing but speaking himself or reading himself. As it is, when we take the inputs, only we are giving in the inputs. It means that only it's a language, not a communication. If we see only we are giving outputs without taking inputs, it is also called as language. If the both is mixed, if we take the input in a proper way and output is given, it is known as communication. This is the difference between communication and a language. Before going that, we see how the communication will be different. How the communication will be different. If we see first, active listening is required. How the communication is important. Before going to the importance, we need the active listening is important. For example, I had chosen the 5 members. 5 members are standing in a row. Suddenly, I pick a person. I had said that when a fish spoils the egg, spoils egg the fish. He listened properly. He transmitted to him. Finally, the answer will be fish spoils the egg. How? It's a active learning. So we should see the learning should be, listening should be active. Based on this listening, feedback will be provided. How strong person and how communicated person is being well, then that person can or cannot receive a strong feedback or a hurting feedback from a student. It doesn't mean that if you give the feedback, we feel pain. It based on the how we should realize our mistake. So by listening actively, you will conclude that this is the points and these are the points. This should be concluded. By giving the feedback, we feel happy that you have listened these points and you have to gain these points. Before doing that, you need a verbal communication. You need a verbal communication. It means that, for example, you have V1, V2, V3, V4 in your English, right? It means that it's not that verbal. It is related to that. Verbal means you have to choose something which was being a present, which was being a past. In that way, you have to choose a verbal. Finally, we can say that confidence. I realize that each and everyone will fail in this confidence. If I was speaking to you and I am speaking to you, you will be listening with a care. When I called upon anyone and said that what I explained, you just give a review. Suddenly, when you get up, 20% confidence is gone. When you came forward, you will be in that motion that you will be get upping in sudden moment and you will coming, shall I come? or not? Shall I come or not? In that, when you getting up on the stage, suddenly you are shivering start, and all confidence will be lost there. What you imagine, what you said is not important. What you imagine and what you express is important. I don't know why you are people are losing that confidence. What you want to speak, you can speak here, not at all shy about others. You may know something, what you know they may don't know. They may know something, what they know you may don't know. So in that way you can lose the confidence. After these 4 points, why communication is important, you will come to the conclusion. Finally, remaining 4 points will be discussed after a small activity. That activity is active listening. Based on the active listening, what the activity is, I will show you. How active you are and how active you are listening to the points. From this row, any 4 or 5 members, any 5 members as a group. Just a small activity. Based on the active listening, how active you are listening and how active you are expressing to others. Any 4 or 5 members. No problem, it's a 2 minutes activity.